Hi, I'm A. Allen, and you're watching Streetwise Live on CAN TV, Channel 21. We are also streaming live on cantv.org/hotline. I'm here with a fellow vendor, Mr. Donald Morris. He's been with Streetwise quite a while, and
Hi, everybody.
I'm happy to have him on the show as a guest today. Thank you for coming, and I'd like for the audience to know Streetwise mission is to empower the entrepreneur spirit through the dignity of self-employment by providing Chicagoans facing homelessness with a combination of supportive service, workforce, and development resources, and immediate access to gainful employment. That's what Streetwise is all about, and I'm happy to say that Mr. Morris is a part of the Streetwise family. I'm glad to have him. He's not new to this program. Welcome to the CAN TV program, Mr. Morris, and thank you for coming out. Mr. Morris, would you say, like I feel, that Streetwise is a family thing, right? I mean, I feel like it's a family thing because, we come together, and most of the people that Streetwise, they have found a way up and out of whatever circumstances they may be in. If they was unemployed, or if they was homeless or near homelessness, they found a way up and out through Streetwise. What have your experience been with Streetwise, Mr. Morris?
Problem solving. Not just learning how to get out of problems and to keep problems out of your hair, but to pay all your bills and do what I need to do. Sure, I can go out there and be on location, present my product the right way, but what am I doing with the money once I get it in my hand? And what do I do not do with the money? I don't do like I used to do, because I use 12-step programs and self-help programs to keep me in line with and in tune with what I do. We have a code of conduct that puts me on the street and keeps me out of harm's way. The best thing is not to go back to old behavior and to change and clean up my side of the street.
Okay, with that being said, he's talking about the code of conduct, which we do have a code of conduct, and we have new vendors orientation every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock. And there we will go over the code of conduct, how to carry yourself in an appropriate and proper manner when selling Streetwise. And you can come to 4554 right here North Broadway, Suite 350. It's right off the red line on the Wilson of the red line, the Wilson stop of the red line. We also have employment, Streetwise employment program. Ask for Miss Mahoney, and she can help you. She's a job specialist. She can help you get employed. She can help you type up a resume, and then we'll get you out there on the internet where people can hire you. But until the meantime, you can come to the Streetwise vendor program. This is where we sell the magazine. Speaking of magazines, I don't know if you missed out on this one, but this was the Martin Luther King edition, and the Martin Luther King edition, it ended on his birthday, which is January 20th. January 20th, that was the Martin Luther King issue. And then after that, we have the concert guide. The concert guide, that was last week. With the concert guide, the winter concert of 2020, give you all the concerts in Chicago for your entertainment. And now we have currently the All One guide. Okay, well, the All One Streetwise. I hope you can see it. All One Streetwise, this is what the vendors are selling now. And it's a pretty good magazine. Have a lot of interesting things in the inside of it. Speaking of interesting things, let me show you. We have this guy, Cody Hudson. Cody Hudson, he's a very artistic guy. Cody Hudson, I'm going to put it on over here for you. He's an artist, a designer, and his creative approach, he's from Wisconsin, his creative approach with working with the Jordan brand and what he loves about Chicago. And obviously this gentleman loves something about Streetwise because he have an 8x8 project designed on a large scale sculpture for Notrum, a fashion and sneaker boutique located at 118 North Peoria in the West Loop section. The sculpture will be on display at Notrum from up until February the 2nd. Hudson also designed a series of prints currently for sale at the Notrum in support of Streetwise. All proceeds from the prints will be donated to the magazine. So this is a pretty good guy. I want you to take a look at him, and he's in the magazine this week. You know, and the article about him, it's a lot to cover. Suzanne did a very good job. Suzanne and Dave Hampton, they did a very good job on covering what he does. He's very artistic, and he's in Chicago, and he's doing some very fine things. One of his things of some of the art he's doing is the lines that we have, the train lines that we have. He's then took the train lines that we have, the L trains that we have in Chicago, and combined them with art. And he's speaking through his artistic ability about Chicago. That's one thing I like about him. And then the prints that he have out, a certain print that he have out, he's done by print to the Streetwise. Okay, and then in this magazine, we're gonna go on and we're gonna talk about some other things. In this magazine, it's all about people helping people. Okay, in this magazine, one of the articles that Suzanne Haynes wrote, Loop Alliance seeks, let me zoom that in. Chicago Loop Alliance seeks public input for the first State Street corridor plan in 33 years. Okay, in other words, you can be a part of this. Okay, I can't tell it all. You have to get the magazine to read it all. Okay, but it's a very interesting plans that's going to go down in 33 years. Okay, if you want to read about that, be sure and find you a vendor and get you a paper. Then another thing that Suzanne wrote about is Chicago to receive $72.72 million in federal funding for the homeless programs. The homeless programs, you know, that's something that Streetwise was started with 27 years ago, is to help people that was homeless or near homeless, okay? That's the reason why Streetwise was started, because, you know, it's too cold in Chicago to be homeless. It really is. You know, I was homeless for 3 years, and I know I spent 2 years out in the elements, and it's really too cold in Chicago to be homeless. Okay, with the homeless program, the $72 million have been somewhat appointed to through the federal funding, 140 programs to prevent or end homelessness. This year, some of the recipients is the Breakthrough Ministry, Catholic Charities, Feather Fist, Heartland Health Outreach. Heartland Health, this outreach actually came to Streetwise to speak about some health programs. Okay, and how Inc., Interfaith Housing, Low Income Housing Trust Fund, Mercy Housing, Sarah Circle, Thresholds, Trilogy, and more will be receiving some of these funds. If you want to know more about it, find your vendor and buy you a Streetwise magazine. And speaking of people connected with people, candidates are needed for the local school council. You want to read about that too. There are 4,000 seats in the Chicago Public School, okay, that they need help with as far as the school council, okay, and the filing deadline is March the 5th. Any school of your choice. The election is April 22nd, and that's for the elementary school, and for the high school is April the 23rd. So we have some good information in these magazines, okay. And speaking of information, Morris is a part of the, Donald Morris is a part of the Streetwise. And he's in the magazine basically weekly talking about sports. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with Streetwise?
Oh, just to share a little something with you. Here's the article right here. I'm on page 6 of the magazine. I'm the guy right there on the right with the red hat and the Sony headphones on. And the Sony headphones are really basically used to watch and listen to NBA, the Major League Baseball League, okay, to check out soccer, to check out football of all kinds, NFL, and even I sometimes find myself checking into world chess and all of that. So it's a lot of things that we talk about. Open mic is basically what I deal with when I'm working with the Sportswise crew is 3 of us, or 4 of us, with Patrick, a new addition to the Sportswise team. And we just do what we can weekly to give people a good analyst of sports of all kinds quickly and very we condense and simplify the news because, you know, you read newspapers and you have endless articles that you read, and when you listen to ESPN and whatnot, you see they simplify stuff and they drum their stories down. They even have fun while they're on TV and on your TV screen for a half an hour. So they do now for an hour of news commentation, sports news commentation. And this is basically what we try to instill in our public and the media that reads Sportswise. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. That information, a lot of people don't know Streetwise. There are many papers similar to Streetwise. And Streetwise is one of maybe 100 papers similar to Streetwise, over 35 nations, 25 languages, and approximately 8,750 vendors, okay? As a matter of fact, this is one of the vendors from another country, okay? She works with the big issue in Taiwan, okay, Taiwan. Your local vendors is one of over 9,035 different countries selling papers every day. You are one of 4 million readers, okay, worldwide, supporting the life-changing power of street papers. Okay, street papers have a way of reaching out and helping people be informed, okay? Like Brother Morris would say about sports, they have opinions about sports, and if you have any questions about sports, you can also call Streetwise and they'll try to answer your questions on Sportswise. Okay, we also have a Eatwise in the paper. We have a crossword puzzle. We have a Sudoku. And then we have what we call the Writer's Corner for vendors to write. And this is one of the articles that yours truly wrote about the evolution of street papers. Okay. Yours truly wrote this about the evolution of street papers because I remember when Streetwise was just a newspaper and it came out monthly. Okay, it was a newspaper that came used back in those days, right?
Mm-hmm.
It came out monthly and it was enabling people to make an honest living. Okay, but nowadays it's a magazine and it comes out weekly. Okay, so we have fresh news weekly. You know, we have people constantly updating you and we want to be contemporary in our news, okay? And so, therefore, Streetwise, if you never bought one, I advise you to find your vendor or either call the office and find the location of a vendor so you can be abreast on what's going on in Streetwise. Okay, like I say, Streetwise have involved. Okay, I remember orientation used to be 3 days. When I first came to Streetwise, it was 3 days, okay? But today we can get you orientated probably within less than an hour. Okay, we can have you orientated with the code of conduct. I'll make sure you pass the test if you come on Thursday at 10 o'clock. I'll make sure you pass the test and we can get your wheels rolling with 15 free papers with an ID badge and a location. Okay, we'll have you out the door with your wheels rolling, okay? And you can start making money immediately. That's what I like about Streetwise, immediate cash, okay? You can make some money immediately. But not only that, but some people may say, well, what is a street paper? Not only is street papers national, which means it's all over America, but street papers are international, okay? We have an international network of street papers, okay? And to tell you a little bit about this, I have some of this clip I'd like for you all to see. And just get an idea of what street papers is. Watch this clip just for a moment. Thank you.
A street paper is a publication sold on the street by people experiencing homelessness and poverty. There are more than 100 street papers around the world, sold by people just like you, in more than 35 countries and 25 languages. Together, we belong to the International Network of Street Papers.
Street papers are community. They've got this whole web of relationships that are built around them. And when you put all of those vendors together, you get this huge web of human connection. I think of each newspaper as being like a stone thrown on a pond. And there are these ripples that come out of where it hits the water, and those ripples go out and they intersect with other ripples, and you don't know what that's going to cause. It's people connecting to people over the medium of this newspaper that is the product.
Getting the community together to know what's going on within the community.
We're able to build relationships, friendships, and a lot of things come about from just being out here.
And the readers, they love the paper because it helps people all over the world. It's getting bigger because of you, and you, and you, and people who buy this paper. It's getting bigger every year.
So, Mr. Morris, what do you think about that, what we just saw?
I think that the vendors, worldwide vendors, and all of these other vendors, considering let's take the big issue for instance. The vendors have an interesting magazine there, whereas not only that, you got 72 pages of interesting, multi-talented tasks, different media subjects going on there, and they pretty well hit and miss on everything that's going on. And that's like your regular magazine that's out there, like your Ebony's and different magazines that are out there doing a lot for the for women that like their hair done and different things, styles that's going on, for like the GQ fashions for men with suits and ties and stuff. So basically, they hit with that kind of effect. It's something considering what you're wearing to church on Sunday as opposed to what you're going to the opera house wearing. So it gives you insight into quite a few different things.
Okay, far as I'm concerned, when it comes to street papers, Streetwise is very interesting and contemporary in that it's entertaining and it's informative, okay? Just like today's issue or this week's issue give you some information about homelessness and where the money is going, where the money is coming from to help the homeless people. It gives you information about arts and craft, you know, about different things that you may be interested in Chicago. You know, it revolves around Chicago and entertainment and the information that could help you to be more effective in your city. Like the local school council. Okay, if you have kids to go to school, definitely you want to be involved in your school council of your children. That way you'll have some say-so on the education that your children are getting. And so that in that way is contemporary and informative, because it will inform you on how your child can get a better education by you being a part of the local student council. You know, so Streetwise is very informative, and I am so thankful because not only is it informative, but it also allows a way to make an honest living. For people that's trying to make an honest living, you may be sitting on the couch now, channel surfing, and wondering, where can I get a job from? Well, you know what? You can come down to Streetwise and start immediately and get paid immediately. You can start your gainful employment immediately. Once we orientate you through the code of conduct, then we'll give you an ID badge, we'll give you a location, and we'll have you started. You'll be well on your way to earning an honest living. And not only that, but Streetwise is a stepping stone, something you can use, because we do have a job program. If this don't work for you and you want to work a regular 9-to-5 job, we have job specialists. Alexander Maloney, she can help you find a job. She can help you put together a resume to help you get you out there on the market, on the social media. She'll help get you out there on the social media, whereas you can just use this as a stepping stone. Once you find a 9-to-5 job, then you could go to that.
Yeah, share this.
Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting about what Miss Mahoney does is basically she can get you internet connected into your Targets, your Walmarts and different things. If you need a job with Amazon or anybody at the top American companies in America like Amazon. Okay, we have a vendor that loves Streetwise that works for Amazon, He's like at probably $20 an hour right now. Now tell me you can't get your bills paid with that kind of money. The thing is, I just hope the individual isn't trying to trying to get into the habit of taking too much vacation days and just do what he's supposed to do. And that's the main thing. I'm glad you had they get to the place where they just have little menial habits and problems that they'll be worked out in their new job field.
So, in order to get your wheels started, we would like for you to come to the orientation. It's held every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock. We'll try to get you out there as early as possible. You'll walk away with 15 papers, okay, with a location and an ID badge. And that'll get your wheels rolling. Then if you like to take a step up to the job program, you're welcome to come. You can also call Streetwise at 773-334-6600. Or either you can come by 4554 North Broadway on the 3rd floor, Suite 350. All you have to do is take the red line and get off on Wilson and walk around the corner, and that building is right there, 4554 North Broadway. Come up to the 3rd floor Tuesday or Thursday before 10 o'clock, and we'll get you started in orientation. We'll teach you the code of conduct so you can get out there and earn a living and meet some people. You can meet some people that you normally wouldn't meet if you work for Streetwise selling the paper. It's a very interesting job, and thank you for your time. I want to thank Mr. Morris for coming, and we'll be back same time, same station next week. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching us.